the MaST in our aquarium. And so it is squid season. You can see the squid fishers out there right now, and they are trying to get opalescent squid, also known as market squid. And if you're currently doing dissections with us, it's the ones that you just dissected. So we've got some live squid here that we are about to release or let run again. So if you came and said hello to us during our open hours today, you probably saw them in our holding tank. And so we've got a few here that I want to show you that are currently on their way back out to Puget Sound. So you can see we've got some squid in here. We also have another bucket ready to go. So we've got a few squid just left in our holding tank here that I'm gonna get out. One of the really cool things about squid is they can jet water as a defense mechanism. So you might actually see them do some of that. If they are extremely bothered by a predator out in the water, they'll actually start to ink also, just like our octopus will ink. So these opalescent squid here, as I said, might start jetting some water just a little bit as they're trying to escape from the net here. So you can see this one pretty quick, but we're gonna scoop them up so that we can get them back out into the wild here. So our squid, so you could hear that, there we go. That's one of their defense mechanisms, is actually jetting out some of that water. So we're just gonna put them in this bucket so that we can transport them over to the shore, where we're gonna wade in the water and do a really gentle, nice and easy release back into the wild. But as I talk here, if you have any questions about squid, you can definitely put them into the comments section there. But these are opalescent squid. They get to about 12 inches around here. Lots of people like to harvest them to eat them. So if you're at Squidorama right now, we actually have Mark and Lisa Tagal in the kitchen cooking up some fried calamari and calamari curry if you want to test that out. But we here at Redondo are just going to release these squid right back out, because squid season, the reason why people are catching so many is they're coming back to spawn. So these squid will come into groups, which a group of squid, if you didn't know, is called a shoal of squid. And they come to the shoreline, to the areas where there's hard surfaces or even ropes. We get a lot on kelp, but they are mating, and then they have to put their eggs on a hard surface or a hard substrate in order for those eggs to get enough oxygenated water flow, and then also to try to keep them away from predators just a little bit. So some of their predators could potentially be other fish, crab, and so by putting it on those harder surfaces and substrates that are up and off the bottom or the sediment, gets them just a little bit of a easier chance to survive. Another thing with them is they lay lots of eggs. So you'll probably be walking the beach and see a giant clump of what kind of looks like jello in long strings. Those jello long strings or clumps are actually those eggs. And inside each one of those casings, that's a long tube, are a dozen eggs in there. And so if you come down to the MaST Center, you can actually see some of our old egg casings, but they like to lay eggs together. So if it's good for one female to lay her eggs, other females will lay the eggs there too. So you'll just see them in giant masses or giant clumps. So we're gonna walk down to the beach here, and I've got our dive buddy Randy here, who currently has a bucket. He's got some lights that he's going to set up into the water first so that we can actually see the squid kind of going into the water. Because they are opalescent squid, they're translucent, but they do have chromatophores that will change colors. So chromatophores is the pigment in their skin and their pores, and they can flex or contract their muscles and then release their muscles, and that will change the color of their skin. And so these ones have more of a purple or pink chromatophore type to them. And so with that, you'll see them start to change different colors or even have different patterns with them. So we're gonna get down here and set up some lights real quick. All right.
Turn on.